So now we're going to add a bone for your dog to catch as it races through the levels. Go to the sprite and go to Paint a Sprite because we're going to draw the bone. Make sure you convert it to a bitmap. I'm going to use a black outline to draw my bone. I'm going to draw it around this center point. I want to make it about the size of my dog. I'm not going to make it too big. I am a terrible artist, so I hope your bone looks better than mine. And make sure it's a closed bone, and you want to use the paint bucket tool, and you want to use white. If I can find the white now. There we go. Oh. And I'm going to fill the bone with white, or kind of beige, it's fine. Now we're going to create the code for the bone. So I'm going to make sure, we need to name it bone 1 because there's going to be more than one bone. Now we're going to add the code to set the bone's position on each level. The XY coordinates determine where the bone will appear on the stage at each level of the game. The positions may not match your platform designs exactly, but they'll be fine for now. So we're going to use the event when I receive setup because that is the event that is starting and coordinates with the other algorithms we have created. We're going to go to variables and we need to change bones by 1. And then we need 3 if-then statements. So I'm going to go to control and grab 3 if-then statements. 1, 2, 3. 1 for each level. So we're once again setting up our levels. So we need the equals operators in both of the thens to designate what's going to happen at each level. Then I'll go back to my variables and grab my levels and put my level in the equals operator. Then I'm going to change my levels to 1, 2, and 3 again, like we have done before, and then set my positions. So if you notice, there is a pattern of setting the positions of different things at different levels. So I'm going to go back to my go-to and get my XY coordinates again, which I need for each of the levels. And then let's set the XY coordinates to where we need them to be. So for level 1, we need to be minus 175, minus 95. For level 2, we need to be minus 30x. Don't forget to make sure the minus goes there. And then minus 110y. And for level 3, we need minus 150, minus 65. Remember, do not forget when you need the minuses. And then we need to have the bone appear, so we need the show. We also need to add a start code to make the bone hide when the dog collects it. It also will update the bone's counter. So we need to sounds. So we're going to go to sounds and we are going to search for the sound dog 1. So I'm going to find dog 1 and then I will be able to add to my bone start sound dog 1. Your game's going to need more than one bone. So over in the sprites, we are going to right click on the bone and duplicate it twice. So now you will have bone 1 and bone 2 and bone 3. The great part about when you copy a sprite, it also copies the code, so you don't have to redo the code. But you do need to change some of the variables of the position. So on bone 2, you want your level 1 X to be, because it's a different place, minus 10 and 105. Y. For level 2, your X coordinate needs to be minus 10 and then 80. Not negative 80. And your X coordinate for level 3 needs to be 0 and then 15. Let's go over to bone 3 and change our coordinates again. So level 1 is going to be X 35, Y minus 70, Level 2, X is going to be 60. Y is going to be minus 60. And level 3 is 120X and 140Y. Remember, make sure, oops, sorry, my dog sound went off. Make sure you have your negatives where they need to be and not where they don't. So basically, these blocks test the level where the bone is and set the position on the stage. The bone code blocks manage the number of bones on a level automatically. You should find that the portal won't open until you've collected all 3 bones on any level.